Unit number 2, Rational Numbers. Lesson 1 and Lesson 2. Lesson 1, Using a number line to describe data. Lesson number 2, Using a number line and symbols to compare numbers. And this is part number 1. Learn number 1. Now we learn 3 things. Number 1, counting number, natural numbers, integers. First, we will talk about counting number. Counting numbers. Counting numbers, that if we have some box, we can count them like 1, 2, 3. Here we have 1 book, 2 book, 3 book. So we know that counting number are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Now counting number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay. Next we have another group of numbers called natural numbers. What's the difference between natural numbers and counting numbers? Now we know number is called 0. It's simple like that, right? If we add counting number plus 0, we have natural number. That's easy. Now we can set that counting number plus 0 equal natural number. That natural number is start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Just add 0 to this group of number. If we add 0, now we got natural number. Okay. Now notice that counting number begin with the number 1 and continue without ending. Now we can note that the first number here is 1 and we have no ending like 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on. But natural number begin with 0. We start with 0, 1, 2, 3 and there is no end. We start with 0 and continue without ending, okay. Third group of number called integers. We know that we have counting number one, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. We have natural number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Now we will learn about integers. We know counting number and natural number. So what's the integers? We have two important examples, one about temperature and one about diving. Let's think about, are there any numbers less than 0? We know 1 is bigger than 0, 2 bigger than 1, 3 bigger than 2. So 0 bigger than what? What's the number before 0? What's the number less than 0? I know that 0 is the least number in the natural group. 1 is the least number in the counting group. Now, what's the number less than 0? So, about temperature, we know there is some countries like Canada, okay, sometimes temperature records 30 degrees Celsius below 0. Below what? Below 0. What we mean by below 0? It's cold. It's very, very cold, like the picture. We have snow. We have snow. So we wear a jacket. Okay? Okay. The ice, 0 degree Celsius. But in some countries like Canada, when we say we have a temperature below 0, that means the temperature is negative 30 degree Celsius. Here in Egypt, our temperature may be 25, 30 or 35 or 40 degrees Celsius. But in Canada, it's a cold country. It's maybe 30 degrees Celsius below 0. Below 0, we just put this sign to mean below 0. Now, in Egypt, our temperature 30 degrees Celsius above 0, but in Canada we have negative 30 degrees Celsius. It's very, very cold. Okay? Now we learn that when I need to describe my temperature below 0, just say negative 30 degrees Celsius. Okay? Next example, diving. Divers is diving below the sea level. We have water level and the fish and the diving are diving below the sea surface. Okay, so in Ras Muhammad, about 12 kilometers from Sharm el-Sheikh, the normal diving depth is 10 meters below sea level. The diving depth, this diver diving under the sea level about 10 meters. So we have 10 meters under sea level or below sea level. It's called negative 10 meter. It's called negative 10 meter. If it about appeared above the sea level, okay, we called this bird are flying 10 meter above sea level. But here we have a divers diving negative 10 meter below sea level. We note that below zero or below sea level, it's always negative 30 degrees Celsius or negative 10 meter. Negative, it's mean below zero or below sea level and called negative. Now, negative 30 and negative 10 are not contained in the natural number. These numbers are called negative number. Each of them is less than 0. Okay, we haven't here in counting number, we haven't any negative number. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not negative 1 or negative 2 or negative 3 or negative 4. Natural number, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can find another group of numbers like negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. These numbers are called negative number. Negative number. Okay. Now we have to know if we add natural number plus negative number, we get that a new group called integers. So integers is a collect from natural number like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and natural number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and negative number negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4 and so on. We now got integers. Okay. Now remarks. Number 1, the integer 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay. What's the opposite of negative number? The opposite of negative number is positive number. Okay. That's me. I have 1 positive or negative 1, 2 and negative 2, 3 and negative 3 and so on. Okay. This number called positive number and negative number. Okay. This positive number we call them counting number. If we put 0 with the positive number, we've got natural number. If we collect them, the positive and 0 and negative, we got integers. Okay, but now we know that 0 is in between two groups, the positive number and the negative number. So 0 is neither positive nor negative. No positive, no negative. It's in between the two groups. Okay. Number 2, the non-negative integer are non-negative. We have positive and negative. But if we need to find what's the non-negative, just delete this negative. We have 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. We can call them natural number. Right? Okay. The non-positive, just delete positive number just we have 0 and the negative. 0 and the negative. But this number isn't collect as a group like this one. So the non-negative integer, non-negative is the positive and the 0, and we called as an initial number. But non-positive, we have 0 and the negative number, and there is no group for them. Okay. Example number 1, which is an integer. Okay. A, negative 0.5. Note that integers is 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on. These numbers are integers, but not negative 0.5. 0.5 isn't an integer, so we called it not integer. This number are decimal, right? Okay, this is not integer. B, minus or negative 5, we can call it minus 5, but it's the true to call it minus or negative 5. We have negative 5. Negative 5, we can find it where? Here, minus or negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So negative 5 is integer. 5.5. 5 is integer, but 0.5 decimal. So this number are decimal number, not integer. Okay. 5 and 4 over 5. 5 and 4 over 5. Just we have a fraction, so it's a mixed number. Mixed number is not integer. 7 over 7. 7 over 7 equal 1, and 1 is a integer. Okay. 12 over 3. 12 over 3 is a fraction, but we know that 12 over 3 equal 4, and 4 is integer and its position here, 4. So 4 is integer. Note that fraction, decimal, which is not a whole number, is not integer. Any number like 5.5 is not integer. In a number like half, it's a fraction, not integer. Okay. Example number 2, write an integer represent each of the following situation. A profit. We have a loss or a profit. I can profit pound or loss a pound. Okay. Profit 25 LE. تمام. So we can call it 25. If he said loss, it will be negative 25. P, a loss of 3, so it's negative 3 because it's a loss, but here it's a profit. Okay. 10 degree below 0, so it's negative 10. And increase, so 75. If he said decrease, it's negative 75. Okay. 6 meter above. If he say below, so it's negative. But now he says it's above sea level. Above sea level, so it's 6. 19 meter below ground, so it's negative 19. A building is 12 meter high. 12 meter high, it's above ground, so it's just 12. 4 steps backward. Backward, it's negative 4. If he said forward, so it's 4. But backward, forward this way, backward this way. Okay. Next, we have to check our understanding. Choose the correct answer. Which is an integer? Just to choose. First, negative 0.2. No, it's decimal. 1/2, it's a fraction. Negative 10. Negative 10, just a whole number with negative, so it's integer. 3.5, it's mixed number, so the right choice is negative 10. The smallest counting number is, first, note that we talk about counting number. Counting number start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And he asked us about the smallest number of the counting number. The smallest number is 1. Question number 2. Write an integer to represent each of the following situation. Situation point A, a temperature. Note that temperature below 0 or above 0. It's 3 degrees below 0. Below 0, direct we have negative. What's the degree? 3. Negative 3. B, a bank deposit 10 LE. Bank deposit, my money in my account is 10 or 100. So it's just 100. It's positive number. Okay. A loss, it's the opposite of profit. Okay. My loss, it's negative. It's negative 5. Okay, and this is end of part number 1. Thank you.